Thanks, give it away actually, how professional I am. This is the tams of others.
Right then. An action after the first trip.
Yeah, it's working.
Done a warm-up 40-kilometre loop, our first hill. Lovely warm evening. It stopped raining when we started cycling, and it's a beautiful start to what is probably going to be a very challenging but entertaining few days.
This is my 7th year, so started here when I was in my 20s and I had a full head of hair. I'm not sure why I come back. Maybe it's for the banter, maybe it's for the food. I don't think it's for the cycling though, it kills me. The next couple of days I'm expecting a lot of tears, a lot of sweat and a really good suntan.
Ciao, here we are. This is our first proper day cycling. Had a little training ride yesterday to limber up the limbs, get those new badges used to what's ahead. Beautiful weather for it here in Sardinia. I think we've got a fairly easy day, Tina was saying today. Kind of 60 miles or so for the singing badges. Obviously a fair amount of climbs in that nice 9-kilometre hill before lunch. But everybody's up for it. The brilliant news for me, Action Medical Research, the badges will raise £220,000 through this event, and that is added to the £957,000 they've raised through their cycling. So it's our £1 million tour, set to be a goodie.
Well, the Badger motto, Badgers, is to start together and finish together. However, this doesn't mean that when you're in the driveway of the hotel that you crash into each other, which is how this happened at 11 miles an hour. And actually I rolled probably about 15 yards down the road and gathered most of the gravel on the road into my knee and my elbow and my shoulder and my side, and ended up getting 6 stitches in my knee from the fantastic Simon.
Well, I got a little bit overexcited yesterday and decided in an effort to become popular these 4 days, I would take all the stops out and try and catch group 2, which I did, and left the rest of my group sadly behind.
Now we've looked at the profile today and we are heading to the mountains, so that definitely means one of these before lunch, up, 9 kilometres of climb, and then I think it's more or less like this in the afternoon, but what can we do, it's Sardinia.
Bye.
To look like I'm enjoying it. Now that's good cycling.
So this is my third Badger week. every one of them as good as each other. Get a bit more comfortable with it as you get to know a few more faces. Yeah, but always the same, always hot weather, always big climbs, always nice hotels. Very good.
The first night.
Well done. Look at you, you devil. Well done, Jim. What hill? What hill?
That hill. Mercifully short. I thought it was quite pleasant, as hills go. You know, because the road surface is so good, there's a few cars, and it doesn't seem too long. So, you know, not as horrendous. I mean, it could have been a bit later in the day. You know, first hour after breakfast, ooh, not the best. I think it's easy to raise money to cycle for Action Medical Research because, you know, when you just think about what they do, whatever pain you go through, I mean, it's just absolutely minor compared to the good that Action Medical Research does. I mean, 60 years, people don't realise, 60 years they've been putting money into so many areas that really I don't think anyone else touches. It makes such a difference to, you know, lives, and it's not just the lives of the children that are affected, of course, you know, it's the whole family, it's everything. So you know, of all the charities that are out there, and there are a lot of children's charities as well, I just love the way that Action is so targeted and makes a demonstrable difference to so many lives.
It's been a hard day in the saddle today. Where have we been? Do you know where we've been?
Yeah. We were in nowhere.
Well, we're doing it all for Action Medical. That's what I call cycling.
Mikey managed to get us a bit lost, so we were a bit short, so we had to do a trip round the lighthouse to make our 100 miles.
Oh my god, 15% climbs. But I guess we all got up and we all got here, so yeah, no, it was good fun. Beautiful place.
Now that's good cycling.
We can't do medical research without funding. If we don't have the money, we can't do the work. In the UK we have a good system and the government pays for a lot of medical research, and it's quite right that they should. That's how it should be. But the government can't cover all the bases, and there are things that they don't focus on. And they don't focus on children very much. And Action Research fills an important gap with children. They allow people who want to work on the problems that babies and young people have, which the government does try and cover, but actually doesn't do as well as it does with, say, the really big diseases like diabetes and cancer. But children's diseases are important, and it's great that Action Research and the people who work for Action Research are able to fill that gap, and they fill a very important role doing that. First of all, I'd say thank you. Thank you on our behalf as the researchers, but also thank you on behalf of the children, because that is what we're doing this for. And I'd say that we do our best to use your money well. We take it very seriously when we're given resources to work with, and we try and use them in a way which is useful, appropriate and successful. And I think we can point to some successes. There are many things that Action Research has funded which have changed the way medicine carried on, and there are children who are alive today because of advances made with funding that's come, at least in part, from Action Research. So I'd say thank you, and please know your money is being used well. We work on treatments for brain damage to stop children becoming brain damaged, and we now have a treatment that children who've been starved of oxygen at birth can be given, and it doubles their chance of surviving normally. And that's a breakthrough. We're very proud of it, we're very pleased with it. It not only means that a lot of children are now alive and well who wouldn't be otherwise, but it also means that we've proved the principle that you can treat brain damage, and that I think is a step forward. And Action Research had a big part to play at the early stages of that.
Highlight was yesterday actually. I really enjoyed the particularly steep hills, and the other highlight is that I've realised I'm a world-class back of the pack person. So, but it's been great. I had a great time. Hard work, but fantastic.
For me, it's a personal journey, so it's the connection with my daughter. My daughter died aged 7 days. Any of the pain that we go through here is nothing compared to what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. I think about her a lot, and she helps me get over those hills. For me, the hardest physical thing is getting up those hills. I don't do any hill training, so riding along with these mountain goats, a real experience trying to keep up with those guys. But I managed to beat them on all the downhills, so that made me happy. It's just a splendid place to be, isn't it?
Fabulous, yeah, fantastic, great time. Absolutely awesome. That was brilliant. Thank you. I'm glad it's over.
That's good cycling.